All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Barak Wadash. Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Okay. Alright, Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Just want to bring out what's going on. Okay. A pipeline has ruptured in South Dakota or North Dakota, I believe. I'm gonna read it to you all. It's the Keystone pipeline. Okay, it's leaking. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in, read the article, and then I'm gonna bring out some scriptures afterwards. Okay, so it says Keystone oil pipeline shutdown could quickly lead to higher gasoline prices. The nearly 2,700-mile Keystone oil pipeline was shut down Tuesday morning after it ruptured in North Dakota, halting the flow of millions of gallons of crude oil from Canada to refineries in the U.S. and potentially leading to higher gasoline prices. All right. South Bow, a liquid pipeline business that manages the pipeline, said it shut down a pipeline after the control center leak detection system detected a pressure drop in the system. All right. The spill is confined to an agricultural field in a rural area about 60 miles southwest of Fargo. Raymond Marty, a vice president for energy and innovation at the University of Houston, says it will raise prices at the pump likely within 1 or 2 days, but will have a greater impact on diesel and jet fuel. Okay, the Keystone pipeline transports a large amount of unique heavy crude that only is available from limited sources, he said. Okay, so this oil pipeline could be another blow to Babylon the Great. Okay, so you got the U.S. and Canada going back and forth about these tariffs, about cutting off energy supplies and different things like that. Okay, and this is part of the Babylon the Great's energy supply. Okay, from Canada. So who knows if it was sabotage, if it was a deliberate, like I said, sabotage act, or did something naturally just happen? But either way, we know that Yahweh is in the midst of these things. Okay, he's rising these nations up against each other. Okay, he's causing a divide. Okay, and this is not good. Okay, when these tariffs are hitting, okay, you got China and the U.S. going back and forth, tick for tack with tariffs. Okay, this is all going to culminate. Then, like I was saying in a previous video, about this is gonna, they said this rupture, this pipeline leak will have a great impact on diesel and jet fuel. And like I was saying too, the real ID, leading to the MOTB, and it possibly, affecting, of course, air travel. You know what I'm saying? So this can affect air travel as well. Okay, this is going to push, ticket sales, and they're going to pass this on to the consumer. Okay, so we're going to have to, service the Lord, men of the Lord. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. We're going to have to watch this. I'm going to watch it and see what becomes of this. Okay, but all these tariffs. It's funny how all this stuff is happening. And at the right time. Things are, being put, destruction is being pieced together slowly but surely, gradually. Okay, so this is a big deal. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna bring out some scriptures real quick. Revelations 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay, and you got everything going on with U.S. and China. You got Taiwan and China. You got Russian. I've reported on the other day now Chinese troops are in Ukraine. That's a problem. Okay, so all these nations are being gathered. Okay, you can see Yahweh is gathering the nations to battle, okay? He's causing this kingdom to be divided, okay? In important ways, okay? All right, Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. That's the first and second woe. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay, burning and fuel of fire. What is the Keystone pipeline? That's fuel, right? Okay, oil. All right. So these nukes, okay, when they hit, okay, burning of fuel fire. You got, like I said in a video previous some months back, these countries, this kingdom has a lot of underground piping, on surface piping with oil, different types of fuel in them. Okay, not to mention, like I said, the missiles. Okay, and these nukes. Okay, it's gonna be what? This is why Babylon the Great is gonna be what? A lake of fire. Okay, how this situation, you know, how this country is developing stuff. If you see them out here at Druid Park, you see them, you know, got the border right there. They're digging up and everything. They're laying pipe and whatnot, placing stones, and that's all Esau does. He builds in desolate places, you know, and starts all over. Builds, knocks down, starts all over. You know, he can't leave well enough alone, okay? So, okay, this war is going to be, you know, the third woe is going to be what? Burning and fuel of fire, okay? People sabotaging each other's, you know, kingdom against kingdom, city against city, nation against nation, okay? Sabotaging each other's shit, okay? That's what we're starting to see, okay? You're starting to see these things because Yahweh is bringing an end to this place, okay? Babylon the Great, all right? 2nd Ezra 16:21. Behold, Israel shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, right? Like they're going now. Sword, famine, and great confusion. Now this is what? Confusion, okay? Energy prices, okay, going up. Okay, electric bills and things going up. Okay, people's insurance either being dropped or not covering certain things or going up. Okay, there's great confusion. Okay, and the evils are growing what? Upon the earth more and more in this time. Okay, and people are thinking things are cheap right now. You think gas is cheap, or maybe, you know, you could deal with it. You know, it was from a point where what? People used to pay $1 and something for a gallon of gas, but now it's what? Like $4, $3 and stuff. Some places like in California or whatnot, maybe $5 or whatnot for a regular, okay? Not to mention if you're paying with card, they tax you with that. You know what I'm saying? All these different things, okay? But, you know, people think they're going to be in such a good case, but see, as things get gradually worse, okay? As the evils grow upon the earth, okay? Sword, famine, and great confusion, okay? Things are going to get a lot hectic, okay? A lot more expensive, okay, in these times of judgment, all right? Lord is bringing the hammer down, okay? Okay, so Ecclesiastes 39:26, okay? The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing, okay? So these are the necessary things, okay, that Yahweh makes preview for man. He's taking these things away, the staff of bread away, okay? And like I said, oil, okay? Oil pipeline. That is going to affect both countries, okay? Canada and the U.S., but particularly the U.S., okay? And like the price of food, these tariffs, okay? That's water, okay? That's iron, okay? These different, what are the minerals that China is pulling back from the U.S. right now, okay? These precious mineral deals, okay? They're going to start putting tariffs on that. They're not actually going to pull their actual resource back. They're going to make it harder for the U.S. to acquire those and purchase those. The companies that are in that industry to make certain weapons and different things, okay, equipment and whatnot, they're going to make it harder for those companies to purchase those rare earth materials, okay? All right, and you got salt. You know you need salt. You got baking soda. You know that salt in your body you need to balance you out, okay? Having not salt, it's not good for your body, okay? But having, of course, too much salt is bad for your blood pressure, okay? We know that, okay? Flour, you need flour of the wheat, so you can make bread, okay? Even if you don't have any meat, if you can make that flour, grounded up flour, you can, in the times of famine and what, you can at least have some bread to eat. And bread is going to be hard to come by in this time. And when I say bread, that's not just food, okay? Money too, but food particularly, okay? People are going to have these principal things are going to be cut off, okay? The staff of bread is being cut by who? Yahweh, okay? And the blood of the grape, okay? That's what? Wine, okay? These things are going to be luxuries, okay? When they were once abundant, okay? When they were once, you know, you could go anywhere and get these things, okay? And oil, that's oil, literal, you know, motor oil, gas, okay? These refineries and different things, okay? And this oil is how this society, okay, a lot of Esau's technology is ran off some type of crude oil in one way, whether it's his airline industry, whether it's his railroad industry, whether his trucking industry, whether his you know, his regular vehicle, you know, automotive industry, okay? Esau runs a lot of his technology off the use of oil, okay? And of course clothing, okay? People are going to not be able to afford clothing. They're going to have a lack of clothing, okay? People are going to lose weight because of the visuals. You know, they're not going to be able to get these things that they weren't worth, so they're going to have to need new clothes and stuff, and that's going to be hard to come by because what? China is a producer of basically 90% of the items that the U.S. Acquires and consumes, okay? China is a big part. Of course, the other countries too, like Mexico, Canada, with the energy infrastructure, particularly oil and whatnot, but mostly China. And U.S. and China are going to tick for tack right now with the tariffs, and this is going to get worse. It's going to get out of control, and it's going to lead to World War III, okay? So all these things that I listed, the principal things for the whole use of man, these are going to be hard to come by, discontinued, or non-existent altogether, okay? The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, okay, flour, wheat, honey, milk, okay, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing, okay. And what the honey and milk, okay, milk is expensive right now, okay. Milk is very expensive, and milk is a major ingredient in a lot of things, okay. A lot of luxury goods, as far as edible goods and things that are, you know, made, okay. Honey, the problem with the bees, okay, the bees are dying off. I don't know if you have noticed, but it's not a lot of insects. You can clearly see it. And you know, you don't see a lot of insects. Check your car when you're driving. If you do a lot of driving on the highway and different things, you don't really have to clean your windshield or at all, because there's no bugs hitting the windshield like how it used to. Most High is destroying and pulling back everything, okay? And every living thing is going to be affected, okay, by what's going on, okay? So, okay, you know, the water, we know water, Esau messed up the water, but now water is going to be hard to come by, okay? He's drying up this place, okay? A lot of rivers, Most High has a lot of rivers and lakes and man-made bodies of water that are being dried up. They're evaporating overnight, literally, okay? And this also, what is he doing? He's making way in Euphrates. He's drying that up so he can make way for Russia and China and them to come through, okay, and take part in the gathering around the heathen in the land of Armageddon, okay? That's what Yahweh and Yahweh Shah are aiming for. That's what they're going to do, okay? But these principal things are going to be discontinued. They're going to be sought after. They're going to be mourned for. They're going to be, you know, unable to attain, okay? So these things that we take for granted right now, everybody's taking everything for granted, okay? Water, okay? Fire, okay? Well, fire, it's going to be a lot of fire going on, okay? That's not going to be in short supply. But fire is a cleansing agent, okay? Iron, okay? That's metals and different things, okay? And now you see the countries fighting over precious metals. You got Ukraine and U.S. trying to make a minerals deal, okay? That fell through. Now you got China and the U.S. fighting about precious metals and who's going to supply who and who, you know. So that, because men need that for technology and different things, okay? and salt, okay? That's food flavoring, okay? Flour of the wheat, okay? You need, like I said, flour. You need to make bread. People can't afford to make their, buy bread, so they need, the next best thing, they need to get flour so they can at least try to make their own bread, okay? Honey, honey is very expensive. If you go in the store, it's like $15 for 8 ounces of honey or something. You know what I'm saying? It's very expensive right now, okay? Milk, same thing. Very high and expensive, and it goes bad quick. And the blood of the grape, wine, liquor, okay? Things that men, just, try to make mirth for that's all being brought down and taken away, okay? Oil, like I said, oil for your body, okay? For your vehicle. Like I said, Esau's system, a lot of his technology is ran off oils, okay? And clothing. These things, the principal things, Most High is taking these things away from men, okay? And why? Why is he doing this, okay? He's doing this to bring this kingdom down, okay? And what does he say about this, okay? Okay, Mark 3:24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand, okay? And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand, all right? Okay? And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end, okay? All right? So, everybody, like I said, now, I find it very suspicious, and the timing is odd about this Keystone pipeline with Canada and U.S., okay, in North Dakota. The spill happened in North Dakota, like I read you, okay? So we're going to, I'm going to keep watch and see if gas prices and things spike. I'm here in the Northeast, okay? I'm in Druid Park, okay? Baltimore, okay? So we're going to see what the Lord is going to do, okay, right now, all right? Okay, so Psalms 24, Salakia, Psalms 2 and 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, okay? The Lord shall have them in division. So Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, they're going to be laughing, okay? They're laughing now, okay? Derision, okay? What is that? Contemptuous ridicule or mockery, okay? So they're going to mock. What is the Most High is going to do? Mock when your calamity cometh, okay? When your calamity cometh, he's going to mock you, okay? So that's what's going on right now. It's a lot of confusion and vexation among the heathen and the 2/3. But we as men of the Lord, servants of the Lord, okay, we know what's going on, okay? We're already plugged in. We're already hip to how Yahweh is about to get down and how he's doing, doing little things here and there to rouse up the nation, to put hooks in their jaws, whether it's on the battlefield in Ukraine or whether it's a pipeline that two nations need. Didn't the pipeline going from Russia to Europe, that got blown up, okay? What was that? That was the I forgot, it was those pipelines that got blown up, and it came out that Germany and the US had something to do with it, I believe, okay, or the UK and US, okay? Either way, okay, these oil pipelines, the energy infrastructure is being damaged because of wars, okay, and rumors of wars, okay, and the kingdom is divided against itself. So right now, okay, this is what we're going to see a lot of, okay? So I just wanted to bring that out, that's very huge. The Keystone pipeline is being damaged or has become damaged, okay? I don't know how they're going to fix it or how much the damage is, how much the leaking is, but we're going to, as watchmen, servant of the Lord, men of the Lord, what we're going to do, we're going to pay attention and watch out to see how this thing unfolds. So, with that, I'm going to say Shalom, okay? I'm going to face the east. Let me get it down pat. When I do this, it messes up. Okay. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakak Radash. This is Wild Mission. Shalom.